What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing some Booga Booga Reborn, or we just call it Booga Booga. But today I'm going into my private server and to be seeing and uh, and to be showing you some ways how to get lots of XP. Lots of XP in this game, and I've rebirthed about 3 times in Booga Booga, and I'm going for my 4th time. And today I'm going to show you a way to help you get a bunch of this. And first I'll say about Mojo is that first you should get the God Pick and the God Axe. So these are both 2 Mojo, but if you have the double Mojo Game Pass, you can get 2. And that's what I have. I have the double Mojo Game Pass. And the cool thing is about this equipment, and I also have the armor also, which is just 1. I'm going for next is the God Bag, which is 1 Mojo, and the Water Walker. And then after that, I'll be making videos about me in real games, in the real servers of Booga Booga, and doing fun stuff. And what we're trying to do, and if you have God stuff, like the God Rock and that, and like this, and the God Axe and God Pick, it has 50 damage. So if you break something, it'll take away 50 damage with that. And today I'm going to be showing you again of which ways you can get a lot of XP. Now let's go to our first destination. Is a underwater tunnel where that'll take you and give you about 40 XP, and then that'll probably plus you to 8 or 5, give you 5 levels up. And to me, I like this one, but the problem is about this one is that when you go down there, it's really deep, and there's gray ants, and those gray ants, if they see you or you touch them or you touch their ant mouth, they'll start coming after you. And and also the creepy thing is about this tunnel is that there's creepy music playing also. And I recommend you when you go to these gods is bring a torch, because since the light update, because you probably all remember if you were a Booga Booga person way back, is that when you would go in caves, is that there would be a light. But now there's a new update where they remove that. So now you have to make a light, so you have to hold. And the good thing is about this is that if you die, is that you won't lose it. It's kind of like the bag. And let's get into it. Because usually when you have other equipment, it takes way longer to defeat a god. But this time you don't. But I will recommend you that you have strong stuff like the god things. And I want to show you another cool thing about this is that if you break down the yellow trees or cut down them, you get essence, and the essence level you up. You see the essence? Those essence will help you. And the bushes don't count as one because they don't happen. And there's another thing is that if you ever see these little see-through shellies, break them because they'll give you 4 XP or a little higher. It just depends what rank you are. Because if you're a lower rank like me, because I just rebirthed like a day ago, there's a high chance of you, when you do that, you will level up way more quick. And here we go into the cave. You're gonna hear the music in just a second. Okay, here's the music. You see the ants right there, and you can hear that the music's creepy. But the good thing is that there's a setting where you can remove the music. But sometimes I don't like removing the music because it kind of doesn't do a lot of stuff. But if you don't like it, you can just turn down your volume. And let me show you right now that the God Pick, it gives you 50 damage, which is good. And the axe too, even though it's good for cutting down trees, it's also good for combating. So if you're trying to combat with a god pick, you can. It's basically like the god rock, where if you hit someone with it, they straight die. But the problem is about the good thing is about this too is that you can combat and you can combat with this, but this equals 3 mojo points. I always wish they had a triple game pass, but that would be kind of cheating. But I think double is good enough, but you just have to rebirth twice. Oh, what is going on? Okay, we're about to finish this. Just make sure when you're doing this is that it might sometimes go and touch that portal right there. But there's a way of glitching your camera into the portal so you can make sure you get all of it. And see here, you just got a bunch of XP. Let me pick these all up, and these will help me a lot getting the 50. I'm about to get 50, which is good. So in this portal right here is gonna take you to another god or an island. If you don't know, there's an island called Hell Island, and that's basically just a volcano island. And this one gives you Adderite and Essence. It doesn't give you as much as the one that we just did. But the cool thing about this island also, and if you see that red island over there, you can see over there, is that there's these animals, these red animals, and don't do the horn ones because they don't give you anything. But if you do these ones, the Rentos, they will give you a high advantage of getting Firehide, and that will help you make Adderite because you need Firehide to make Adderite. What you can also do is go to the auction or market, and you can buy like Firehide in that. But the problem is about that is that stuff is really expensive for just one. Like Adderite, just for Adderite, one Adderite, you need 12 gold, which is right up here, the coins. And the cool thing is that you can get coins here, and if you don't know that if you do good in the game, they give you free pleb chests. But you can see over here is that there's a bunch of stuff you can get. I personally have the golden hood and the dark wraps. I say the golden hood is good because it kind of fits in with the god stuff. Like I had guard armor, but I rebirthed. I put it in my backpack so I would go to my bed spawn, but it totally disappeared, which is kind of annoying. But here's the second god. This is a hateful god. This one gives you about 20 essence or so, but it gives you the right amount to get higher than 50. Because after you get 50, that's when the XP level starts going up. Instead of it going like to 50, 100 of that, it starts going to like 100 and 506, but that's not until you get to like 70, until like level 70. But since I have god stuff, it's really fast. It's fast for me to rebirth. My first thing was a god pick. Here we go, picking up all these. Let's see, it's Adderite. See, we got 50 now, and we're about to get. You want to be careful because if you touch there. See, right there, if you touch it, they'll start coming after you. And if you go through this portal, you'll come back to where you were, which is this Essence Island. There is a Magnetite Island far out there, but it's not really such a thing anymore. It's more just an island now. Now I'm going to show you, I'm now going to take you to the Sky Islands to show you 2 gods you can get. And one of these will help, and one of these will also give you Magnetite if you do the steps properly. So let's go up the rope. And if you can see, there's bantos in that. And there's a swole tree. So if you have no wood, this will give you the right amount, as this probably will give you about 20 wood, which is pretty good. Because if you want to make like big old huts in that, one of my tips about when you go into caves with ants, or like with ant mounds to defeat a god, is that put a big old hut over them, but they all group up and try to break it. So I would say to overlap it about a few times. And these are crystal chunks that will help you. And if you break these crystal chunks, you can't break them until you get steel stuff, I believe, or iron. But iron is not really good with it. But but it's about 2,000. It has 2,000 health or whatever you want to call it, and you have to break it to get, and it gives you about the right amount enough. And let me show you another tip: is that if you see these feather trees, they won't give you any essence, but if you break these bushes, they'll give you essence. And one time I did something where I did about it for 10 minutes. I did a whole loop around, killing, breaking these, going in a loop around, like see there's more over there, is because these respawn every minute or so, so you can go in a whole loop and do it. And this is a miserable god, and this gives you about 11 essence to according amount 3 levels higher. And this is good for you if you are just starting, because this will still give you tons of mountain, because when you're a starter, your XP level goes high. If you just break one bush, you'll probably level up. So if you were to do this, you'd probably plus 10 levels or higher, about 15 actually. And we're about to break this. It's really good to have these first, and if you have the is this premium? No. If you have the chests or whatever you want to call them, it's because, sorry guys, I'm stuttering a lot or whatever, but it's helpful to have the armor of the god chestplate and legs, because it helps you. The gold halo, you don't really need it because it doesn't really do anything. But I suggest first you work all the way up on Mojo or buy the game pass, because these cost the god axe and the god pick +2. And these and the god chestplate and the god legs are both 1, but it equals to 2. Okay, we broke this one, and this one gives you a good amount of essence and crystal and fruit. The blue fruit will really help you because it kind of ups up your food a little higher, instead of it being instead of getting like blood fruit in that. But I will show you where another goddess, and it'll help you get a meteorite magnetite. But first, let me break a bush so I can get level 55, because this one will give you about the same amount as the miserable god, and you probably want that. But heads up is that you should have a lot of golden crystals for your god stuff, is because the reason why is because the god stuff includes a lot of like how do you say it? Includes like, sorry guys, I forgot what I said right there, but so let me buy some Robux for just a second. I need to get a food chest. But it's good to have food chests, because if you're just trying to do a speed run and you don't want to like go low and you have to wait, then get a food chest, because they're not that much, and they really fill you up with a lot of goods like fish, meat, and eggs. Yeah, and all that, and fruit. And I am playing while it is Christmas. It's not Christmas, but it is December, so Merry Christmas to all of you guys. And it's good. Okay, when you go on these ropes to the new Sky Island, I do recommend you putting down a dock, because if you didn't have this dock, you would be tripping on it. And I do want to be careful, because there's a little barrier on what side you want to walk on, because if you go on the other side of the barrier of the string, it will make you fall to your death or into the water. But I recommend you putting a dock there, because it's just helpful. Well, if you're going in the other way of the rope, then I recommend you putting a dock here also when you get to the end. But if you're on this side, it's easy because you can easily get on. And here's a crystal guardian. So these crystal guardians open up the bridge to the sky island where you're gonna get the god. And this other god we're about to get is called the lonely god, and he helps you get stuff. There is on the other island a totem. It's called a moon totem, but it signals off a, instead of it just being a instead of it just being a magnetite, it's gonna be crystal. And if you don't know what this is a ancient tree. The ancient tree is about 30,000 health, so that's the reason why you should have God axe in that. Because when you break it, it gives you about 100 x. It gives you about hundreds of XP. And another cool thing about these is that if you take down these sun trees, like over here, like over there, it's the same thing like the island where that other god was. Is that it'll help you get them, it'll help you get essence and level up, and it's using more of the shellies. These are golden bantos. They will help you get a bunch of gold, and they also give you coins, which is good. Okay, let me open up the bridge, and then there's two more I want to show you, and that'll probably be the end of our video. Hey guys, put down that like and subscribe because it'll really help us. Also subscribe to Granada Pictures. He's pretty good. And we haven't, if you remember our hide and seek video, we had someone named Ethan, and he's in the hide and seek video, and he's the dirty blonde hair guy and that, but he will help you. But he has a YouTube channel. I forgot, it's like Base or something, but he's got some shorts and some videos he made new, which is good. And just make sure you subscribe to him. Okay, here's the lonely god. This is the person who helps you get magnetite. And if you don't know what magnetite is, you get it at level 70, and it's pretty good stuff. And when you break this, it'll give you tons of essence, like the miserable god. And what that will do is that it'll put down a meteorite, and you have to follow that meteorite to where it lands, and it'll open up, and the rock opens up to like a bunch of meteorite or magnetite. But you have to break it down. You have to break down the rocks in that, because it's on the rocks in that, and there's a big rock in the middle. And it has like 1,000 health. And yeah, and you have to break it. And there's some rocks that are about 200 health, so I recommend you having crystal stuff, because it'll help, because that's the weapons under magnetite. Here we go, breaking it, and you can see now that it says a magnetite meteorite is falling from the sky. Track it down. You can see right there it's tracking it. You can track it down or whatever you want. And this is a lot of stuff also. It doesn't give you that much, but it's fine. This one. But it does give you magnetite. So if you're someone who's trying to find magnetite, here's a tip for you into getting these gods to help you. So we've got about 2 or so. It's mostly for the magnetite, not for the essence and that, just for you to get magnetite. This next one is the last one I'll be showing you today, and it's in the Snow Islands. And the Snow Islands is a very cool place, because there are people there you can find are barbarians. And if you break the ice off of them and kill them, you get about 3 essence, and that'll up you a lot. And there are big shellies there you can destroy, and they have about the same health as a god. And what those can do is that they open up more shellies, and then it gives you a bunch of essence, or it pluses you your XP. And those barbarians, there is a big barbarian that you can break, but you need good armor, and there's a way how to defeat it, but I won't be showing that to you today. I'm only doing gods, but I'll show you that in another video. I've never taken him down, but I know how to kill him. Oh yeah, another tip is that if you kill these penguins, it's kind of sad to kill them. They do plus up your XP very well. And yeah, they plus it up, but it is sad for them to see them dead because I love penguins and that. But they will give you high XP, and they do give you a lot of meat, like morsel and just regular meat. But in reality, don't kill them. Make sure you put in the comments below on this video to think of what video should I do next. So make sure you say in the comments below of what video should I do next. You could do like, Uno, an Uno game, a fighting game, a lot of that, or like a mobile game and that, because I will be doing mobile games in the future, and that'll be fun. But sadly, a lot of them have been deleted to help my storage because I deleted a lot of them to help out my YouTube channel so I can have more storage for like videos and that. But this will be the last one I'll be showing you today. But this one will give you about the same amount as like the miserable god we did a few gods ago. And this one will give you a lot of gold like the lonely god. I do recommend you putting walls on the back because the thing is that there's a tunnel behind it that can slide. So I do recommend you to put a wall back there, and just to make sure like it doesn't all slide in, because there is gray ants in there, and they can be dangerous because remember they can hurt you if you look at them or touch their ant mount or whatever. But here we go. This is a lot of gold and a lot of stuff. Oh, here's a essence right there. Here's some gold, some essence, and let me do this and that. Cancel. Okay guys, that'll be the end of our video today. Subscribe to my channel, Karate Levi 06, and subscribe to my other friends' channels. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!